Hey guys. Okay, so today we're going to talk about client success and client relations because as I say in many of my videos and in the academy is we want to make sure that we keep clients because it's much easier to retain clients than it is to constantly be finding new ones. When we have happy clients, it turns into word of mouth, and word of mouth is one of the best things that you can have in your business. So for those of you who don't know, I am Ray. I am the CEO and founder of Posh Operations, and I train and recruit virtual assistants. Okay, so today I want to talk about the Ritz-Carlton. Now, this is a hotel that I'm sure pretty much everyone has heard about. And if you go and look at what they call their gold standards, they're really high level. But we can learn so much from what they are doing, and we can apply it to our virtual assistant businesses today. So the more that we can focus on providing 5-star service, the happier clients are going to be, right? And happy clients are so much easier to work with than annoyed clients or clients who feel like they aren't getting what they paid for. Now, you are always going to find certain clients that are never happy. And if you do happen to be unlucky and you find one of these clients, my advice is to finish your commitment, do whatever you have said you're going to do, because we want to have integrity in our business, but then move on, give them a 30-day notice or whatever is in your contract that you've agreed to. And don't have a scarcity mindset where you have to hold on to clients who are not going to be happy regardless of the service that you provide. Okay, so at the Ritz-Carlton, they have 3 steps of service. They have a warm and sincere greeting. Okay, so just be welcoming, be friendly with your clients. They're human. Engage with them. You don't have to be friends, probably shouldn't be friends, but have that, greeting that makes them feel like they are your only client. Sure, a lot of us are going to have 3 clients at a time. There is a limit. Don't have like a dozen clients, like you're going to go insane. But we want every single one of our clients to feel like they are the only one. And you have to be intentional about that, okay? We don't lie to our clients. We're not going to lie and say, you're my only client, but we're going to make them feel that way, right? And so that's their first step. The second step of service for them is use the guest's name, and you're going to anticipate and fulfill each of the guest's needs, okay? So when you are speaking to your client, whether it's on Zoom, in Slack, in an email, always address them by name. When people use our names, we feel seen, we feel like we belong, we feel heard, okay? There's so much power in using someone's name and knowing their name, or it could be someone's assistant's name, okay? Just keep track of the details. Or maybe it's their kid, maybe they're talking about their kid. Refer to their kid by name, okay? It goes a long way. And then the anticipation and fulfillment of needs. Okay, so when you are doing tasks for your client, I want you to go above and beyond. Don't just do the basics that are expected. So if it's, 3 steps to a task, if you can find that little way that this is going to be the next thing they're going to ask, the next thing they're going to need, or let's say you're, rearranging or doing their like calendar management and you see a conflict coming up, and maybe that conflict is with a meeting with yourself or a meeting with another team member. It's one that that is going to be moved because maybe the other one is their one-on-one client call or something like that. Take those steps to help tackle problems and put out fires that they don't even know about. Obviously, if you're brand new working with the client, ask them, say, hey, like, 2 weeks from now, I noticed this calendar conflict, and then give a solution. Would you mind if I moved so-and-so to this time, and say it already works for them? So you don't have to do things if you're not comfortable with them, but even that they would know that you look that far ahead and that you're anticipating their needs and what they're going to need done. Even though you have to check in with them, they're going to find so much value in that and see that you truly care about the success of them and their business. And then the third step of service here is a fond farewell. They give a warm goodbye and they use the guest's name. And so here, what I want you to do is anytime that you are offboarding a client, I want to make sure you make the process very welcoming in a way, I guess, like it's not a burning of bridges, okay? Because word of mouth, guys, word of mouth is huge. So don't burn bridges with clients. Even if you have to, if it wasn't a good fit, make that offboarding process feel really good to them. Make them feel like you still value them and you still care about them and their business. Don't just, cut ties and be like, whatever, I didn't like working with you anyway. Maybe that's what you're thinking in the back of your head, but don't allow that to be felt in the way that you act and the way that you work with them, especially when you still have 30 days left because of your contract. You want that to be a good time. Okay, so then Ritz-Carlton has service values. So I am proud to be Ritz-Carlton is their take, okay? And so you can, be proud of your business. So you can put your business in there, but I also want you to put your client's business in this sentence, So I am proud to be client's business name. Okay. And so step one here in their service values, I build strong relationships and create Ritz-Carlton guests for life. Now, this applies to your business and it applies to your client's business. I want you to focus on really caring about the relationships in all of them. Really care about your client's clients as much as you care about your client, because you need to be in their business and really valuing their success just as much as you value your own success. And so by doing that, we make happy clients for life. Even if we're not working with them, obviously for life, things change. We want to make sure that we have a positive relationship with them for life. Okay. Step two, I am always responsive to the expressed and unexpressed wishes and needs of our guest. Okay. So this goes back to like anticipating their needs and making sure that you are trying to think ahead. Every time you're doing something, I want you to ask yourself, how can I go above and beyond here? How can I make this even better? How can I, if I'm doing some kind of research project, what's the next step? How can I make them in awe of what I'm providing to them? Okay. How are you providing exceptional value beyond what you agree to in your contract? Step three, I am empowered to create unique, memorable, and personal experiences for our guest. Okay. So how are you personalizing your service? How are you personalizing how you are supporting your clients? Okay. And how are you making that unique and memorable? How are you making them really feel that you care about them and you want them to be successful and feel like they're your only client? Okay. Number four, I understand my role in achieving the key success factors, embracing community footprints and creating the Ritz-Carlton mystique. Okay. So what is your role in achieving this? Not only in your business, but in your client's business. And you can start kind of looking at these key success factors that Ritz-Carlton has, or this mystique, that they've created, and how can you create that in your business? So I encourage you to go read those and start kind of playing with them to see how you can create that for your clients and for their clients. Number five, I continuously seek opportunities to innovate and improve the Ritz-Carlton experience. Okay, so how can you innovate your own business? We always need to be improving and growing in our business, right? Like most people agree with that. But then also, where do you see in your client's business that they could improve and they can grow? Now, this is not you critiquing your actual client. Okay. This is you looking at their business, and you need to make sure that you're not providing this as a critique. You're saying, hey, I think we could, become more efficient in this area, or I see an opportunity here. So you're not criticizing what they're doing. You're providing opportunity. Okay. Number six, I own and immediately resolve guest problems. Okay, so again, both businesses, how are you taking care of issues right away? And you want to go above and beyond. You want to be very friendly, very understanding. It doesn't mean you always say yes. It doesn't mean the customer is technically always right, but you don't tell them they're wrong. You're going to communicate with them respectfully. You're going to find a solution that works for both of you, and make sure that everyone just feels good in the end. You're not always, but you will sometimes run into situations where you can't there's policies, right? You can't bend over backwards and do things for people who are upset, but you really want to own what they went through. And how can you prevent that issue from happening in the future? Number 8. I have the opportunity to continuously learn and grow. Okay, so where are you continuously looking at professional development for yourself? Where are you educating yourself? We always want to be getting better. We always want to make sure that we're up to date on systems, that we know what the current trends are. It really depends on your niche too. Like if you're in marketing, or maybe, automations and systems, or client success is your focus, but stay up to date so that you're not, outdated in your approach to taking care of your own business and also your client's business. And then number 9, I'm involved in the planning of the work that affects me. Okay. So I want you to be a leader in everything you do. I want you to speak up, and you don't have to have ideas right away. It's okay to say, I would really like to provide my feedback on that, but I would like, 12 hours, 24 hours to kind of, brainstorm some ideas and just take time to really think on it. Oftentimes in meetings, people want answers like this, right? And there's a lot of people who don't process like that. And so we need to, even as business owners, if you have people working for you, you need to give the opportunity to present stuff and then say, at the next meeting, we're going to discuss this. Because those introverts, those people who also need just to process, some of the extroverts need to process and really take time. And sometimes people want to research. They want to look at, your own data. You need to give time for that to happen. Okay. All right. So number 10, I am proud of my professional appearance, language, and behavior. So you'll be surprised at what I've seen. Now, I could go on about some of this professionalism stuff, but if you were jumping on a call with a client, I encourage you to at least look somewhat presentable. Think about the background. Backgrounds are huge. We don't want a pile of laundry here. We don't want dishes in the sink here, right? Just try to always have, it could just be a blank wall. It could be a made bed. Like, it doesn't have to be like some fancy green screen or professional background or whatnot. Just try to keep things tidy in the background, because it can get really distracting when you're on a call with someone. You're like, what is that? Or like, it's a distraction, right? And so that's part of, our appearance virtually is our background, because we're not sitting in a boardroom. Now, you don't have to have your hair done. You don't have to have your makeup done. But, just try to, if you need to have your hair pulled back in a ponytail, that's fine. Or just have I always have some blazers hanging up in my office that I just can throw on a blazer if I would need to believe me, a blazer on top of pretty much anything makes you look like you're ready for the day. Okay. And language, don't swear with clients. Unless they really like that. I've had clients before who like to swear, and I'm just not someone who swears, but they want that fun language. And so you find ways to create that fun language for you. Even if a client swears, it doesn't bother me. I personally would not swear to a client because I don't think it's professional. However, you can still have jokes and you can have fun language with someone, and that's the relationship they're looking for. It goes back to really knowing your client and understanding their needs and anticipating that ahead of time. So just really think about what you're presenting when you're on camera. When you're off camera, have that hoodie, have those sweatpants, put your hair in a messy bun. I don't care, right? But when you are on camera, just be aware. The one thing here is, if you are doing your first discovery call or any kind of onboarding call, I do want you to take it to the next level. You are a business owner and you need to present yourself as such. So I'm a stickler on that one. I expect the same of anytime I'm recruiting a virtual assistant. I do note if I feel like they have put intention into their appearance and into their background. Okay. Okay, so number 11, I protect the privacy and security of our guests, my fellow employees, and the company's confidential information and assets. Okay, guys, this is huge. We are working remotely. As a virtual assistant or an OBM or even a social media manager, you are getting access to your clients' highly personal and highly sensitive information. We are seeing their entire business, right? Like I've worked with a lot of coaches who sell 15K programs, and I've seen the entire back end. I've seen all the trainings. I know everything that's provided, all the automations, their marketing strategies. I see it all, but I don't tell people what is there. I don't share with, like, that is my own knowledge that allows me to support my client in the way that she needs to be supported. So you need to take privacy and security really seriously. It, like, most of my clients have me sign an NDA because of the level that they're at in their business. And so if a client asks you to sign an NDA, you should have no questions about signing an NDA, because even if you don't sign an NDA, that's the level of integrity I expect all of my students to have within their business. So you don't share any information. You don't share, how things are set up or how they're running their Facebook ads, or, you see a lot when you're in the back end of someone's business, and you don't share that. And you're going to have financial information. You're going to know how much money they're making per month. You're going to have their passwords, like that. Just, you should feel honored that someone has trusted you enough to provide you access in such a way. So it's, for me, if someone breaks that privacy, security, trustworthiness in my working relationship with them, like, they're done, and I'm not going to work with them. I'm not going to refer them to anyone. And if someone was to ask me about it, I'm not going to talk poorly of them. I would just say I would not consider hiring them, and believe me, word of mouth gets around in our industry. So just be careful. Don't talk about stuff. Don't talk about the drama you see in their business. If you want to confide in your spouse who's not going to, or your partner who's not going to tell anyone, who doesn't really know what you do anyway, that's fine. But you're not sharing it out in the world. You're not sharing it with all your friends. Just keep it to yourself. It's very, very important, because you will see a lot of things in this industry. Step 12, and our final step here that we'll discuss today, is I am responsible for uncompromising levels of cleanliness and creating a safe and accident-free environment. Okay, so obviously this is in regards to a hotel, so it makes sense. But I really want you to look at, like, organization and try not to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but, like, try to be detailed and really be thorough in your work. Double check what you're doing, especially if it comes to, like, setting up email automations, or just sending an email in general, or sending someone an invoice. Just double check it, make sure it's the right information, right amount, right person, right name, yada yada, right? So when I think of this, and it relates to the organization and really trying to keep your mistakes to a minimum. So I'd love to hear how you are able to take these gold standards from Ritz-Carlton and then make them applicable in your business, and taking the intention and the time to really implement them. So let me know. I'd love to hear. And as always, I am here if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out and message me. But otherwise, I will see you next week. Thanks.